here again on SME Business TV with Anwen Cooper. Anwen, we're going to look today at people who have perhaps lost their jobs, been furloughed, and actually looking at an opportunity to really connect with what they would like to do, what they feel they can offer the world, and perhaps start their own business. People haven't had a business before. This happened to both of us, actually. I was made redundant when I first started out, and you were telling me before we came on air, it was the same for you. How did you start? What is the first things you started to put together?
Yeah, so for me, it was a time of reflection and just thinking about what I'm good at, what my experience was, what my skills were, and using that to create a business. And I think that's the opportunity for people now, if they're thinking about starting a business in this time, but also for people who are already running a business and want to grow it or take it in a different direction. I think the process is the same, no matter kind of what your situation really. So for me, it starts with passion and what it is that you love, what lights up your heart, what excites you. And that could be the actual work or the people that you work with, or the way in which you do the work. So it'll be different for different people. So the first stage is really just to reflect on all of that and just jot that down on paper somewhere. So you can reflect on your career so far, all the jobs that you've done, the things that you've enjoyed, the projects that you've enjoyed working on, the people that you've enjoyed working with.
It could actually be out of work as well, stuff you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. So think about it holistically, think about your hobbies and maybe clubs or groups that you're part of, things that you enjoy reading about. There's lots of different ways of looking at it. But yeah, for me, it starts with passion, and you can interpret that in different ways. But just getting clear on what it is that you enjoy doing, that is the starting point. And definitely writing it down on paper helps to clarify thinking and also gives you confidence. I think when you lose a job and you've had obviously the stability from a financial point of view, having income coming in on a regular basis, but you also lose your support network, having colleagues around you. You also lose your daily routine and your weekly and monthly routine and all of that security that comes with having a job. It's quite a sort of disorientating time, and I think that can really knock your confidence and really kind of leave you questioning, why me, and why don't they want me, and are my skills not useful? But actually, I think this is just an opportunity for people to reassess and reflect on everything that they have achieved so far. And yeah, definitely writing it down will help. And if people are not already on LinkedIn, it's a good opportunity to create a LinkedIn profile as well and actually write that up and then share it publicly.
See yesterday's interview with Tony Silver. What kind of things are you writing down on this piece of paper that you're good at helping people, training people, that you're good at a particular skill, whether it be art or whether it be building something? What kind of stuff are you?
Yeah, I think it will be different for different people, but it will just be a mixture of perhaps things that people have done in the past that they've enjoyed, things that they want to do, that they're interested in.
So just put this down first, without considering at this point whether it's going to make money. Just put it down, have a look at it, and then later consider how that might turn into a business.
Definitely. And it's not always necessarily obvious at first how it will develop into a business, but that doesn't necessarily matter. I think I often describe my process as like walking through the fog. By the end of it, you will have more clarity. So I think quite often you can feel overwhelmed in the moment of like, what should I be doing and where do I start? I don't know. I don't think you have to have that clarity to begin. You just need to know what it is that you enjoy, what you're good at. That's the starting point.
So you're putting down passion, principle, and purpose.
Yeah. So often in corporate marketing strategy speak, we talk about vision, mission, and values. Mm-hmm. And I just use these words, passion, purpose, and principles, which are sort of equivalent terms. I think often with a business, you start out with a vision. And people talk about their 5-year plan or their 10-year plan or their big, hairy, audacious goal or whatever it is that they're trying to create. And I think sometimes it's hard to start off with your vision, particularly if you're in a place feeling confused and there's a lot of change going around you. So sometimes it's really hard to begin with that, which is why I begin with the passion bit, because I think even in the midst of chaos, you can always kind of connect to your heart and how you feel and what it is that you enjoy doing and what you have enjoyed in the past and what you might be looking forward to in the future. For me, that's an easy thing to start off with. Then I move on to principles, which is thinking about your values, or the way you want to do business, the things that are important to you, the qualities that you want to come through in your work and also in your communications. And then I move on to purpose as like the third step.
Purpose being?
So I have an exercise that I do for purpose, which is like a ripple effect thing. So I start off by thinking about what is the purpose of your business for you as an individual? Like, what are you trying to create for yourself? And that's usually a mixture of a financial imperative that you need to earn a certain amount of money to pay your bills or to help you save up to some goal that you're working towards buying something. Or you want to create some kind of financial nest egg, or a business that you can sell in the future. So there's usually a financial aspect for people, and there's often a lifestyle aspect as well about creating maybe flexible work or work that you can do from home, or it might be to do with creating satisfying work and work that you enjoy.
So this is a really creative thing that you're going through here. This is a creative, let's put all this together and then later we can look at the detail and the numbers and the spreadsheets and all of that kind of stuff later.
Yeah. So that's where I like to start, just connecting into what is it that you want to create for yourself right now, and then rippling out. So thinking beyond yourself, what do you want to create for your family or your friends? What do you want to create for your clients? And what kind of impact do you want to have on them? What kind of impact do you want to have on your colleagues? Or if you don't have a team, maybe suppliers or partners who are working with you. And that might be about creating job opportunities or training opportunities or, career development opportunities. And then you can start to think bigger than that. You can think about what kind of impact do you want to have on your local community or on your industry, or on different networks that you're part of. And then ultimately, you can kind of take it to the next level and think about what kind of impact might you have on a global level or for the next generation. So you can think about your legacy and how you can impact people on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, do you think some people, particularly perhaps some younger people, will start on the making a difference on a global and come back to what small piece they can do?
Yeah, true. I think definitely some people will start that way round. But I think for some people that can feel a bit daunting. When you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to pay my mortgage next week? Or how am I going to pay the rent next week? So sometimes people are just in a situation where your personal immediate need is the greatest thing in your mind.
With this big sheet of paper, I could start at either end today.
Sorry?
With this big sheet of paper, I could start at either end.
Absolutely.
I could start at the personal, I could start at the global and work back to the personal.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, a really successful business will impact different people in different ways on different levels. And it will create satisfying work. It will create a financial level of stability for the individual who runs the business, but it will also create lots of good in the world for other people in other ways.
That's interesting. So you're actually running a free course over the next month on this, I believe.
Yeah, so I am going to guide people through those 3 exercises that I've just talked about, the passion, principles and purpose, which I believe form the foundation of a really strong business brand, or the core of your brand. And I'm going to be doing that in my Facebook group. It's free if anyone wants to take part. I'm going to start next week on Tuesday, the 14th of April.
And the group is called?
It's called the Fruitful Playground.
Fruitful Playground group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And anybody can join?
I'll do one of the exercises.
And anybody can join this?
Yeah, it's open to anyone. So it's for people who are wanting to start a business at this time, people who have already got a business, they want to grow it, or maybe take it in a different direction.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. We'll put that out there on the bottom of the link for this, but for people listening, Fruitful Play Group on Facebook. And what's the first week's part of this?
So the first week we will be looking at passion. What is it that you enjoy? What is it that you're good at? What do you love doing? Second week we'll look at principles. So what are the key qualities that you want to come through in all of your work and in your marketing messaging? And then the third week we'll look at purpose and what is it that you want to create for yourself and for the world.
That's fantastic. Anwen, thank you very much. We'll point people towards that Facebook page, and thank you for running the course.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.